Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. On behalf of Sultan Qaboos Cultural Center, we are pleased to host this special conversation during the first week of the holy month of Ramadan, a time that invites reflection, compassion, connection across communities. This evening, we are pleased to welcome distinguished leaders from Amana Center, an institution dedicated to building understanding and dialogue among people of different faiths and cultures. It is my great pleasure to welcome Reverend Justin Meyer, Executive Director, and Mohamed Shuaili, Associate Director at Amana Center. We are very grateful to have you both with us and look forward to learning more about your important work. So let us start the conversation. I will start by a question to Reverend Justin. Could you tell us about the founding of the center and its mission?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Amana Center is the legacy of the Reformed Church in America mission work, starting in 1891. So over 130 years of my church, the Reformed Church in America, sending doctors and teachers and pastors to Oman. And we pretty much were the hospital system until 1970. And then in 1970, when Sultan Qaboos came to power, a couple of our doctors continued to work for His Majesty, building hospitals and training the first generation of Omani hospital and healthcare workers. In 1987, Dr. Bosch retired. The school that had existed, the Amana School, was closed, and the Amana Center was born. And since that time, working on how do we as Muslims and Christians engage each other, learn from each other, understand each other. And I think our modern era started in 2001, after 9/11, really seeing a need to help Westerners understand Arabs in a way that wasn't portrayed on the news, to understand Islam in a way that wasn't defined by the violence of 9/11. And so for the last 25 years, we've been working very hard to bridge those cultural, religious divides with understanding and dialogue between the West and the East, between Muslims, Christians, and now Hindus and Sikhs, and Buddhists as well. Anybody who is of faith or of a different culture, we want to welcome to have them learn about and from each other.
I will also want to know and ask you what inspired this vision of interfaith dialogue from the beginning? What was the inspiration?
For the church or for me personally, or both?
For both.
For both? I think the missionaries came with a desire to convert people to Islam back in the 1800s, yeah.
To Christianity.
To Christianity, yeah. Yes, yeah. And even to a Western culture. They saw Western culture and Christianity linked, but when they came to Oman, they found people of faith and people that understood faith. And so they quickly pivoted to understanding. And many of the missionaries changed their minds about Islam. They had a very negative view of Islam when they came, and came to have a great and deep appreciation for the Omanis, but also Bahrain and Kuwait as well. We had mission stations there to understand Islam as a religion on its own and appreciate its value for what it was. For me personally, my father's sister married a Lebanese immigrant. And so from an early age, I was exposed to Islam in the form of, I could say, my uncle and my cousins who were raised Muslim. And so for me, it became deeply personal when many of my other Christian friends and family didn't understand Muslims. I wanted them to understand my uncle because he was one of my favorite uncles, still is today. And wanting him, even though he's named Nasif, people not be afraid of him because he's Muslim.
That's interesting. And it's very important to see how things have evolved over the years. Mm-hmm. My second question is for Mr. Mohamed Shuaili. What did each, or it's for both of you, I will start with you. What did each of you come to work with Amana Center, and what was a defining moment that made this mission, or what made you consider working for Amana Center?
First of all, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to share about Amana Center and about our mission. I started my career in 2010, 16 years ago, by I'm Arabic teacher. I teach Arabic for non-native speakers, and mainly started with American students, college students. And in 2013, I was lucky enough to have Justin as my student, and the previous executive director also, he was also my student. And both of them, they introduced me to Amana Center. Of course, by back then, I didn't know about Al-Amana Center. I knew about Dr. Tom's or the doctors. So he introduced me to Al-Amana Center. I started teaching Arabic there at Al-Amana Center, and started also being involved like the work of Al-Amana Center. And I realized Al-Amana and I are meant to be. So I started like working before COVID by hosting the groups in my farm, giving them some insights about like Omani culture. After COVID, Justin asked me if I can join like part-time. Then we ended up like being like full-time. So since 5 years now, like yeah.
Would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think before it was very much a Western-centered mission, and it became important to me. I became director in 2021. So I didn't come to be the executive director. And afterwards, I thought it was really important to have an Omani on staff and make this truly an interfaith, internationality, intercultural enterprise. And so moving from a Christian mission to a truly interfaith mission was part of what I wanted the center to become. And so when I became director, it's one of the first things I did in hiring an Omani, and then for business administrator, and now Mohamed as our associate director. And I think it's the growth we've seen in the center in the past 3 years has been because of our partnership together as a Muslim and as a Christian, as an American and as an Omani.
Yeah, that's really important. Also, you have other members that are Omanis too. So
yeah, and then involving Omanis in almost all aspects of our programs too. So it's no longer just Christians showing other Christians Oman. It's the two of us showing the country I've come to love and call home together.
Yeah.
My question to you, Mr. Mohamed, could you share a story of a program or initiative that made a difference in the community in Oman?
Yes, definitely. We recently, so like 3 years ago, we started involving the Omani society more in our programs. What we realize that yes, many expats don't know that much about Oman, but also many Omanis don't know that much about expats. It's mainly transactional like relationship between expats and Omanis there in Oman, and the change is very huge. The impact is very, very huge when people start realizing Americans are people. Americans are nice. It's not all about like movies. It's not about like politics. It's not more about. No, it's not only about that. Don't get me wrong. Before teaching Arabic, before 2010, I had 0 friends. We've been friends for like more than 14 years now. So
friends who are American.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Friends with American. Now we have regular Omani friends who would be involved in every single program. They are happy to meet our groups, whether the groups are from America, from Europe, from other like places. They are happy to share, to learn also from the others.
Yeah, but we've even had guests from Sultan Qaboos University and the students saying, yeah, we need more of this. We didn't know that places like this exist.
Yeah.
And I think it's part of our ongoing mission and to become more present in Omani society as well too in healthy ways, so that Omanis know there's opportunities to engage people around faith in healthy ways.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a great.
Sometimes we only think about faith as a way to convince somebody that we're right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
How do we break that down in all levels of society, that you can talk about your faith in ways that are constructive, not destructive.
So you believe that these participants have to change the way they see the center
Definitely.
over the years?
Not only the center, about the others. About like the center, mainly we aim to bring people together.
Yeah.
We don't have agenda of imposing any like ideology. Like you come with your own beliefs, you leave with your own beliefs. But the only thing you leave with is a changed perspective about the others. Whether the other is like Muslim to Christians, Omani to Americans, Omani to others to Omani, like these are like the change, like yes.
Yeah.
And it's very important for me, personally, it's very important for me, for my people, to know more about the others.
Yeah.
Because we are very hospitable, community, society. And in order to keep it like this, it's not a very easy job. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. My question next is to Reverend Justin. What challenges have you faced in interfaith work, and how do you address them?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are suspicious of our motives. And so the challenge is, especially with Western Christian missionizing presences before, is Justin here playing the long game? Is he really here to convert Omanis to Christianity? I think that's one of the challenges. People suspicious of our motives. What's Mohammed's motives? Is he hoping to convert me to Islam? People are suspicious when people are saying we just want to understand. Yeah. I think it's one of the biggest challenges is we have this long history of religion being used in a bad way, or perceived in a bad way. Yeah. And I think the challenge is getting over that and helping people see that religion can be used in a very healthy, constructive way as well. And so I think that history is one of the things that's the biggest challenges. Yeah. Is, whether it is 9/11 or ISIS or Al-Qaeda, Westerners have a very bad image of Islam. Whether it's the wars that America has been a part of and the violence America has been a part of in the region, and the Christians that have come, with good motives but bad methodology. Overcoming that history and saying that, we can be people of faith and have different outcomes than what has been portrayed on the world stage and the world media.
Yeah. It's really important. My question is to Mr. Mohamed. How do you engage youth in your programs in Oman?
Very good question. You'll be surprised, but the youngest participants we had, they were 15 to 17 years old.
Very young.
We had we do have groups from high schools till groups from colleges, groups from churches. In Oman, we just had a group of Omani students going to America, to Michigan. They participated in 10 days, 12 days program. This year we are planning 2 trips, one to Munich with a private university in Oman. Again, it will be for 8 days. And another one with the College of Sharia to Helsinki. And the whole point is cultural exchange trips. And also for our groups coming from outside Oman, we always invite our young participants, our young friends, to come and engage with our groups. Yeah. We also have plans for iftar, in the holy month of Ramadan. We have iftars, we have dinners, we have gatherings, and we invite our young. It's very, very important for the young groups to engage with young participants as well.
Yeah. Is there any story that you would like to share? Or an experience with the
Definitely. Just mentioning the group to Michigan, the Omani students from Sultan Qaboos University, it was fun, very, very fun. But they were students. I'm not sure if I should say the story, but there are a group of students, young students, and translation students, English literature. They were very excited. They will go to America to practice their English, to speak with Americans. So one of them came to me before the trip. Of course, we had orientations, cultural orientations. One of them came excited, very excited. Mr. Mohamed, can we speak like Americans? And I said, I'm an Arabic teacher, I'm a language teacher. I wanted to say, yes, of course. But then I asked him, what do you mean? He said, can we use the F word? I said, what do you mean? They don't use that. Yeah. I told him. He said, no, but in the movies I hear them. I said, no, that's different. Again, this was before the trip. Yeah. And I told him, when we are there, you notice people. If you hear them saying, go ahead. I asked him a few days within the trip, and he said, I'm really surprised. They are nice people. They don't swear. They don't use this word. It's about the change of the perspective. Yeah. It's very important.
Well, and even one of our students, we took them both to mosques, but also to churches to expose them to religion. And one of the young women said, I didn't expect to experience Allah at a Christian service, but I experienced something of God there. Again, didn't convert to Christianity, but recognizing that, even though we're different religions, that we can't experience God in each other's presence. Yeah. That just because someone's Muslim or Christian doesn't mean we can't experience God through our own beliefs in our own way. And I think it was that important thing that God is not contained in any one place or in any one person.
I'm sure it was a great experience.
It was, honestly, it was, yeah.
Hopefully for the upcoming visits, it will also be great for them to get exposed to other cultures and religions.
Yes, that's why this year we have the German culture, and we have the Finnish culture. We're excited about it.
Yeah. My question now is to Reverend Justin. Oman is always highlighted for its religious harmony. How does the center work reflect the broader culture of Oman?
Yeah. So I think one of the things we really try to do is expose to people how welcomed non-Muslims are. And when people find out there are 5 campuses of Christians, and that the Minister of Religious Affairs is responsible for ensuring that they have a safe place to worship God as they want to. And so to show them that there are Catholics and Orthodox and Protestants, and there are Hindus and there are Sikhs, I think people are just surprised because they think of Oman as a Muslim country. But there is actually a great deal of religious diversity within Oman that is protected and even encouraged by the government. And for them, this is an eye-opening situation that Christians aren't persecuted, that there isn't violence against Hindus for having idols. I think for many Westerners, they think of Islamic countries, they're surprised at how this is. And then go further in Oman, many Westerners think that there is this conflict between Sunni and Shia. And to come to Oman and know that Sunni and Shia and the Badi all worship together in the same mosques is life-changing for these Westerners to see that this divide that they think exists within Islam doesn't exist in Oman. And I think Oman shows that people of all different religions and traditions within a religion can worship side by side, work side by side, live side by side. Even in the Christian community, there are churches that would be fighting back in India, but they share a building in Oman. So even in Oman, it helps heal some of the divisions that exist within Christianity. And the fact that the Catholic Church is right next to the Protestant Church, which is right next to the Orthodox Church, you don't find that anywhere else in the world where, some people say, well, they're contained, but I would say it's actually beautiful that we all as Christians have to learn from each other as well too. And so I jokingly call it forced ecumenism. And ecumenism is a Christian word for Christians together. So I love how the Sultanate makes us as Christians of diverse backgrounds live and work together as well.
Okay, great. We will stay within the same topic, and my question is again to you. In today's world of increased polarization, what lessons from Oman could inspire other communities?
So I often think that interfaith is much easier than intrafaith. So talking to somebody of a different religion or culture is actually safer than talking to somebody in your own religion or culture. And so I think for us, the main lessons are if you can learn to humanize or understand somebody of a different religion, you can take those same skills and learn to understand somebody of a different political persuasion. So as an American, I vote in every election, I go to the embassy, I fill out my ballot, and I send it in, and somebody who visits the US quite frequently and talks at churches, this is a concern. And I wanted to say in Amana Center in Oman, here's how we talk to people of another faith. But you can use these same skills to talk to somebody of a different political party or somebody who you disagree with in your own religion. These same kind of skills of how you be curious, how you honor their thoughts and their values, and how you also can explain yours, and how you can learn to understand and disagree, but still work together for the common good. And
That's
I think
really good.
for us at Amana, we want to show as Omanis and Christians working together for the common good. And then people can be inspired to go back to their communities and work with people who are different than them, whether it's a different religion, different politics, even different culture here. How can you find the same values that you want to share the values, if not the beliefs, and work for that value in your community?
That's really great. My next question is to you, Mr. Mohamed. What are your key goals for the center in the upcoming years?
That's a good question. Very good question. Honestly, we are hoping to expand because we've been expanding the last 15 years. We are hoping to be able to build a new building, which is across the street from our. We are located in Matrah, which is a very historical location in Muscat in Oman. So we are hoping to start building the new center, the more modern, but keeping the same historical element of the architecture of the current building. But also we are hoping to get like more sustained like funding for Amana for the operations of the programs, and also to bring more programs from all over the world, along with sending programs from Oman to other because the main goal again to bring people together. It's not necessary to debate. It's not necessary to discuss your differences. It's to acknowledge that I have my right. I have the right of like thinking of my own, and you have the right of thinking of your own. So that's the hope, inshallah. Yeah.
Reverend Justin, any more goals?
Yeah, all that, and I think to how to deepen the partnership with more Omanis. His Excellency Mohamed Al-Mamri, the Minister of Religious Affairs, has been a good advocate and friend. And how do we build off that and just create wider partnerships in Oman in general, and help Omanis get more involved in this kind of work as well. And I think that Omanis are inherently good at this. It's part of your culture of hospitality and tolerance. And I think that the Omani people are a great ambassador for this and can teach the world a lot. And so I think getting more and more Omanis involved will be key in that partnership, and having it truly just become more and more a partnership between Muslims and Christians, between Americans and Omanis, between Europeans and Omanis, just to even Indians and Omanis and Bangladeshis and Omanis. How do we get everybody just to have more ownership in a project like this, so that it's not just something that a few of us do, but something that we all do together.
Yeah, we wish you all the best in achieving all your goals for this year and the coming years. And my question is to Reverend Justin, what message would you like to leave about the importance of dialogue and understanding?
Yeah, I think it's two. It's one, to remain curious about everybody, even if you don't even know where to start. Keep asking questions. And then the second thing is learn how to communicate your understanding too. And I think that's where we often fail, is that we don't let the other person know that we truly do understand them. And so how do you not just understand, but communicate your understanding, even if you don't agree? And to learn that agreement is not the final solution. Committing to live together in peace is the final solution.
Yeah.
Thank you. My question is to you, Mr. Mohamed. How can individual or organization support or get involved more in the center's work? If you can talk to us about it.
Everyone is welcome. We encourage, actually we reach out to organizations, to universities, colleges, and to individuals, researchers, anyone who is interested in not only in interfaith work but also intercultural exchange. They can reach out to us. We have our website, our contacts, and they can either participate, like here in America, they can bring a group to Oman to just learn about the interfaith, the work of Amana Center, the culture, the Omani culture, the importance of coexistence between different faiths. Or if anyone is interested also in being involved in any research. So we welcome individuals, we welcome organizations and universities. Yeah.
Reverend Justin, any last notes or?
Yeah, I think that's all points? That, and just looking for partners to participate in this with us, not just come to and learn, but to experience and to do with us. And to, if you want to support a program, there's opportunities too. If you can't personally come, but you still want to be involved, there's ways on our website to be involved that don't entail coming to Oman. Yeah,
and we also honestly would like to thank Sultan Qaboos Cultural Center. Thank you personally for this opportunity. I mean, these initiatives would definitely help us being known, being recognized, being out there for this.
Thank you. Yeah. I think we have reached to the end of our conversation for today. I would like to thank you both for sharing your insights and experiences with us. We are honored by your presence here at Sultan Qaboos Cultural Center and grateful for the important work, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.